Good. We ready? Let's go.
We run the city, we run the town.
Alright, today, Grand Rising, y'all. Dopest mornings to everybody. Today we will be talking about freedom of speech as it applies to social media. But first, let's get our theme music going. Grand Rising, my queen. Hey. Hey, Mama Dopest. We in here. Let me see. Freedom of speech. First Amendment. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably, to assemble and to petition the government for redress of grievances. That's deep. Does it apply to us on social media? Oh yeah, YouTube hating on me today. They ain't with it. No, but freedom of speech as it applies to social media. I think a lot of people had the feeling that they free to say whatever they want on these platforms. Because I see a lot of people mad about Parler. And what's up, Chucky? Grand Rising King. I see a lot of people upset about not being able to, hey, Mama Dopest, not being able to say what they want on social media, or even the live streaming platforms that we utilize. We don't have freedom of speech in social media. I've always been one that when it comes to the rules as they apply to using these applications, I'm always in agreement with the company. What's up with you, AK? Grand Rising, brother. I'm always in agreement. I may not be happy. I wasn't happy when YouTube snatched down my Kenosha shooting show that I did, speaking on that, because it was all truth. It wasn't anything fabricated. It wasn't my opinion. I simply was showing exactly what transpired when Kyle Rittenhouse murdered those two individuals and wounded a third. You don't, okay, OneLoveFam.com says you don't have freedom of speech in your job either because they are private companies. Actual, factual. It's actual, factual. Now, one of the things, soon to be former president, number 45, he's been more attacking these social media sites that have had him removed than he is dealing with the current COVID pandemic. And even more so and more urgently, the unrest in our country. Hey, Grand Rising, Melanin. Hey, Lane. So although, but here's the thing. People got to learn how to play the game. Just like soon-to-be former president, number 45, he said some things yesterday, and they were clear and direct threats. Clear and direct threats. He said that moving forward with impeachment was putting American people in danger. That's a threat. I mean, you can cut it. But when you say things in a certain way, you can get away with it. Because you can mean it implied something completely different than what, we know what it really meant. What that really meant is, if he's impeached, there will be some type of retribution from his supporters. That's exactly what that meant. Now, here's the crazy thing. I've been on a few of these apps. I'm going to name one of them. I'll name a couple of them. No, I'll just name one. Bigo. Bigo, big live streaming platform. Host a lot of former celebrities, B-list, C-list, D-list celebrities, whatever you want to call them. However, on that platform, you are not allowed to discuss religion or politics. I was a contracted broadcaster on that platform, and you are not allowed, it is in the literature that you are not allowed to discuss politics, religion, or basically anything in the news that will stir people's emotions. A Republican governor just said, "Don't you know this impeachment will cause more harm? So we're supposed to not hold people." You know what's so funny? Before I came in here to do this, I was watching the House vote, and I was listening to a Republican member of the House, and he said he doesn't feel like it would do any good to move forward with the impeachment at this point. However, and this is the part that got me, I do believe that everybody that did something in the Capitol shall be held accountable. Well, how can you hold the soldiers accountable, but not the person in command? Again, I told y'all this the other day. This is like some Tekashi 6ix9ine BS, man. Where you go ask some people to do something, then you snitch on all the people, they all go to jail, and you got your feet kicked up. Like they said he was during the Capitol insurrection. They said he had his feet kicked up with the TV on, watching TV. Wasn't accepting any calls. Wasn't accepting any calls during the insurrection. No, I'm sorry. They're killing people. Oh, they got a noose outside. They're threatening members of the house. Oh, okay. I'll take those calls later. You know what I'm saying? I think we've seen the man speak, other than the recorded messages, maybe 2 times since this whole thing happened. That was a week ago today. That was a week ago today. I mean, talk to me. I can't understand it. But as it pertains to social media, you really need to understand and use your wits about you if you want to speak out and say certain things. There's a way to say things in an intelligent manner as to not get your account banned. Do not incite violence, because you'll basically be doing the same thing he's doing. I put up some posts and memes I think are funny. But, I mean, in reality, if Instagram wanted to look at some of the memes that I post and snatch them down, I could totally understand it. I ain't got no problem. It's that, look, I told y'all this the other day. I'm in YouTube's house. I'm a guest in YouTube's house. So, although I may not like some of the restrictions that they place upon me, if I don't like it, you know how people say, if you don't like it, man, get the F on. Take your business elsewhere. Build your own. You know what I'm saying? Build your own. I mean, I wouldn't know what else to tell you, but there is no freedom of speech as it pertains to these social media platforms. There is none. There is none. The only place freedom of speech applies is if you walk outside of your house and open your mouth about something. That is the only place where it applies. It doesn't apply if you walk into a local convenience store and start spouting off your views. But you can stand outside. You can stand outside said convenience store and spout your views off to the people. They do it all the time. They ask for money, charities, all kind of stuff outside of the store. You don't see them walking around inside of the store, right? They walking around outside of the store for a reason. They do not have that freedom of speech within somebody's place of business. Dude with the police zip tie restraints was military and trained and capable of taking hostages. But you know what his response was? You know how ignorant this dude was to say this? After he'd been arrested, he said, "Oh, I didn't know. I thought we were allowed to go into the Capitol building. You really thought you were supposed to be able to go in where they're conducting an electoral college vote certification? You that dumb?" Again, you want us to trust people that are that dumb? You're that dumb. Just like a lot of people feel like, Instagram, and it's a lot of sites now. Just like they say a lot of these quote-unquote right-wing conservatives, and the conservatives have taken umbrage, offense to the even being lumped in with these extremists. They just went to another platform. I was watching CNN. They say, and it's funny because I have this app too, and I don't see how they must make groups on there or something. But They went to another. I'm not even gonna say it on here, in case some of them is watching and want to go join up. He knew damn well he couldn't be right. I wish look. Let me tell y'all this. I couldn't even walk in the traffic court with the fucking horns and you see the one dude that had the Chewbacca out, whatever the fuck outfit that was. I couldn't walk into a traffic court with that on without getting escorted out. It wouldn't happen. So for him to believe, or anyone to believe, somebody like that would be able to go into the Capitol. I mean, you can't play the whole world as if we're just dumb. And you know, that's kind of what's going on. And because of fear, now we talking about, I don't even know how it's a discussion. These people broke the law. So you have politicians and lawmakers now talking about not enforcing the law. The First Amendment, freedom of speech, and the right to assemble does not apply within private businesses, or it just doesn't. So now, like I said, it was all good if they wanted to stand outside of the Capitol and even scream the fucking disrespectful stuff they was saying about I can't breathe and all that stuff they were saying. They had a right to say those things outside. Again, once you go inside, it's a different story. And it's the same thing with social media. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, and a host of others are protecting their interests. This is Jill, sir. Yeah, Joy posted something about that on her Instagram. Yeah. Now dude's mommy is crying. Now his mommy is speaking up. Mommy says that her son's not getting organic. He's not eating. He'll eat. He'll eat, royalty. He gonna eat. He'll get hungry enough to sleep. Hey, look, I don't eat pork. I've been incarcerated and fucked up a bologna sandwich, okay? I didn't ask, was it half pork or half whatever? I've been hungry enough after sitting around being processed and all that tour. I done ate me a bologna sandwich. I remember when the first lockdown happened, and everybody was binge buying. They were buying all the food and toilet paper. I said straight up back then, if this shit gets serious, I eat some. I be eating pork too. I ain't had pork since I was 15, maybe but 2-3 times. In the last 33 years, I've had pork maybe 3 times. I was like, man, if this pandemic shit gets serious, I'll be in here eating some pork if that's all they got at the store. Shit. It's survival. It's survival at this point. But damn sure I wasn't in there complaining I didn't get no organic meals. I mean, come on, man. That's the America he's fighting for. Well, where all jails are offered organic meals. How is that going to happen? He must not be studying the system. Most of these jails are privatized businesses owned by these same big wigs that he's out here protesting for. Ain't nobody tell him that, huh? Nobody told him that? I guess nobody told him that, huh? See, it's levels to this shit. He complaining about the food, but that jail and that prison you finna go to, they owned by private business. The same people you marched up on Capitol Hill yelling at, yeah, they got behind closed door handshakes with all these private prison owners. Prison is privatized business. They not finna feed you no asparagus tips and shit. No. You finna get this processed cheese, It's processed bologna. You gonna get some apples and shit. They gonna throw some apples and oranges. Just don't use them oranges to make no pruno, okay? You in there making that jailhouse wine and shit. It's retarded. Tell his mama that. Somebody go tell that man's mama that jail and them prisons he about to be sitting in are owned by the same entities that he's out there screaming and fighting need to be on top and running shit. You ain't gonna definitely get no organic shit with them. I gotta take this brief moment before I forget. Shout out to my One Love family. They showed up in force last night. And a special shout out to Coco Goddess, aka Katrina, BKA My Puddin'. She did a fabulous job on her Live Me Global. She sang her heart out. She did her thing. It was a beautiful thing that we was all in there support. I had to get that in real quick. We was in there in force. If you didn't see it, I did stream it on my YouTube, so y'all can go check it out. It was my first time doing that, so it may not be the best, but I had to get some kind of record of our first. Oh, there she go. Oh, that's what I had to do to get you to say something. Okay, Puddin'. Okay, I put you on Front Street. Yeah, Puddin' was singing last night, y'all. Okay, it's looking cute and shit. Y'all go look on my. Y'all go look on my YouTube. Looking all cute and shit. I love you too. I love you too. For my people that's watching on Facebook, please go subscribe to our YouTube, Dopest TV. To my family members that's in here, I mentioned it last night. If you have a computer with a camera and you would like to co-host a show with me on YouTube, I found a way where it's possible. So please let me know, because I would like to do something once a week, maybe twice a week, to where I include more people in the conversation instead of y'all just hearing my voice. I want to, you guys can actually get up here and say something, because this ain't just about my opinions. I'm the one talking. But I welcome all opinions, even those of Nicole. Nicole, you done became famous in my stream, okay? We need more Nicoles, okay? The others. Not for real. So if you have a computer, and I fuck with you, I might occasionally let some people up there that just involved. But yeah, I want to open this up. We're going to continue to grow this show. I need everybody to really be on point with sharing this thing, because if everybody gets one person to subscribe and hit the notifications, we will reach our goal a whole lot faster. Y'all crack up when I say Nicole now. I'm sorry for everybody. I got a lot of friends named Nicole. I don't mean y'all. Let me make that clear. I don't mean my friends' name. There's some girl named Nicole Torres, okay? Let me be clear. Nicole Torres. I got a bunch of friends named Nicole. I'm like, I wonder if someone watches this shit, they be like, what did I do to that nigga? King Dopest be tripping. That nigga always got something to say about something. Yes, the fuck I do. But I know how to say it. And that's what we talking about today. The fuck? We talking about freedom of speech. I don't see nowhere in that freedom of speech where it say we can run up in a building and break some shit. Where do it say that at? It's the emphasis. Y'all too much for me. I promise. Y'all are too much for me. Yeah. Nah, but I chose to get on here and talk. I mean, right now, I feel kind of weird talking about anything else because a lot of other stuff just doesn't seem as important. Like, unless. And here I want to say this too, man. Condolences to my childhood friend from first grade, man. Best musician I know personally, Craig Brockman, aka Craig Boogie. He been my friend since first grade. He's worked with, I don't know, countless of the Dr. Dre's. He's worked with Kendrick. He's worked with all the best gospel singers. He's just amazing, man. He lost his cousin to COVID. I happened to see it on Facebook. So, you know, I want to send my condolences to my man, Craig Boogie, man. That COVID shit is real, man. It ain't real until somebody you know got it. Let me see. Well, how the First Amendment is set, how my First Amendment is set up. Because they free to speak. Yeah, you free to speak, just depending on where you at. That's the part that's not in. That's the part that's not in there. Read it again. Yeah, Karen's is over with. They done stepped it up with some, you know, some Torreses. That's the part that's not in there. They don't tell you you can't do it at certain places, and that's where people is getting mixed up. They feel like they got the right to go. Why they ban my Facebook? I was just saying, well, it's their Facebook. It's their Instagram. This is their YouTube. I'm going to say what I want until I can't. Like, if they snatch my shit down because I done said something I felt was appropriate, so be it. Hopefully I had enough people in here to hear it before it gets snatched down. But there ain't no way I can't get on here and speak the truth. Now, it goes back to the opening of the show. What I said was, it's a way to do things. It's a way to say things. I often tell women this, and men for that matter, when it comes to live streaming and you want to talk about sex and certain things. Well, it's a way to talk about those things without being vulgar to where it's going to get your account taken. It's a way to do things without violating the terms of service of said application. It's a way to do these things. And I tried to give you a prime example. For soon-to-be former president number 45 did it yesterday. He did it yesterday when he said moving forward with an impeachment is dangerous for America. And we all know what the fuck he meant by that. It's a fear and scare tactic. If y'all move forward with this impeachment, my people is finna show up. That was another hidden call for his people to mount up. It really was. That was another call to his people to mount up. I got a comment pinned on the YouTube, you guys, that says subscribe and hit the notifications. Even if you're not in agreement with what I'm saying, please step in and voice your opinion. There's no promise that it's going to be well received or agreed with. But your opinion is welcome. And we are inviting to some healthy debate on any of these topics. You could bring up a topic right now, and we will invite you to the forum, okay? today is a big day. This today, a lot of people was waiting for. Hold on, we got some. Letting people run in the most protected place in our country was dangerous for America. He's such an idiot. Now we look weak and vulnerable. That's what the entire international community is saying. Yeah, that's what they all saying. A lot of people don't know this. Another reason why he's trying to scare people out of this impeachment is he loses it may not be a whole lot, but he gonna lose $1 million. He's gonna lose all his rights as a former president, which also means that he'll have to pay for his own security detail. Yeah, if you're impeached, you lose all that. You lose all those caveats and bonuses, and that's over with. Yeah. He loses everything that come with being a former president once you're impeached. Really, you're supposed to, and it's supposed to prevent his name from being put on any like schools and stuff like that, from what I know. Yeah, they laughing at us. That's without a doubt. We supposed to be the leader in democracy. I ain't seen nobody run up into the Queen's Palace or whatever the hell they got over in the UK. I ain't seen that take place. I ain't seen nobody run up into the Prime Minister wherever they do it in Canada. I ain't seen that. I ain't seen it. I could name a bunch of other democracies. I ain't seen this. But we supposed to be the leader. We supposed to be the leaders and founders of democracy and the democratic process. But however, all these Trump supporters that felt the need to, they obviously don't even know the rule of law or how the law is applied. They want the law to be followed when it comes to their votes and, oh, we got cheated. This, but you violating all kind of laws yourself. You can't, that's like me. I can't break a law to fix a law. It ain't gonna work like that. You ain't gonna be able to break a law and fix a law. The black man is the most feared thing on planet Earth. And even when we was tearing shit up, it didn't scare them into fixing nothing. What did they fix? What did they fix? After George Floyd got murdered, asphyxiated, what did they fix? Oh, Jacob Blake got shot next? Oh, okay. They ain't fixed much. I ain't seen nothing fixed. Eric Garner, he died. Ain't fixed much. Breonna Taylor died after that. What did they fix? What did they fix? We're not going to be able to break laws to fix laws. That ain't how it's going to work, man. You didn't fix nothing. We have the right to protest and bring awareness. And I think what that awareness did over the summer, and people may not really see the benefits of what happened over the summer, but I promise you, a lot of them Republican counties that lost a lot of Republican vote, even though they stayed predominantly Republican counties, they lost a lot of votes. Because people saw what transpired over the summer with all the protests, with the ignoring of the protests and the subject matter by the president. Yeah, he lost a lot of votes. I promise you. You just reminded me, Jacob Blake is doing an interview this morning with Michael Strahan. And God bless him. And God bless him. Ain't no man perfect. I'm sure Jacob Blake would be the first one to tell you that out of his own mouth. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Police wanted to hold him accountable, right? They felt like he was violating laws and breaking laws. And they wanted to hold him accountable. Now hold the people accountable that violated his civil rights in the law. Okay? They don't want to do that. It's only as it benefits them. It's only as it benefits them. You know what's so crazy? Just throw this in there, thinking about the Breonna Taylor situation. They fired a man that signed a warrant for them to go raid Breonna Taylor's house, but they don't do nothing to the people that killed Breonna Taylor, that actually shot her. I just think that shit is I can't even find a word for it, to be honest. The closest thing to come to mind is bullshit. That's the closest thing to come to mind. Shout out to Queen Dopest and her sorors. I think it's called Founders Day in sorority life. I've been teasing her, calling it school days. Today is school days for Queen Dopest and her sorors, okay? They probably all at home stepping and stomping and for sure got they little sorority outfits on and t-shirts. So salute to Queen Dopest and her sorority sisters. Yeah. On everything. Let me see what this is saying. Look at Queen said, hey, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Okay. You don't have to shout that out, man. There she go. Yeah, you know Queen Dopest in here, Mama Dopest in here. We love you, Mama Dopest. And Papa Dopest too. I told you Papa Dopest gonna beat me up one day. I gotta make sure I gotta shout out Papa Dopest, man. Shout out to Papa Dopest. Y'all created one incredible woman. Our queen, the queen. Reenie B. Ooh, okay, y'all ain't gotta start gangbanging that Delta Sigma stuff in here now, okay? I just wanted to do now they gangbanging in the chat, man. Slow down, hold on. Slow down, hold on. Hey, yeah, I didn't find this. I didn't know this officially till yesterday. Please pray for my sister-in-law. Y'all know my brother-in-law and my little nephew had COVID. I don't know if Liam is out of quarantine, but my sister-in-law, Karis, she now has COVID, and she's been developing new symptoms every day. It's crazy how she described it to Joy was it's crazy. It's like, what's coming next? What'd she say? It's like a crazy journey, like what she gonna wake up with next or something like that. But it's gotta be tough, man. That house for the last few weeks, everybody in the house, besides my little niece Claire, has been afflicted with COVID. So wish my sister-in-law, I love you, Karis. I wish you a speedy recovery. Y'all pray. Prayer warriors up. Mount up. Prayer warriors mount up. Yeah, she says it's a new adventure every day. So that's gotta be super tough, man. Super tough. Woo! So we got that going on. We got a president doing nothing about it. And she did have a false negative. Her first test came back negative, even though more than likely she had it at that time. So I don't know. It's a crazy, crazy time. It is. It's a crazy time. So definitely pray for my sister-in-law, man. Yeah, she had the symptoms already. But yeah, I was really excited yesterday after watching Coco's Global Show. Just had me thinking about how fast the family is growing. I don't want to stop now. We always gonna have setbacks. That's just the nature of things. That's life. We gonna have setbacks. It's how we handle adversity and you know. So I'm really excited how this year started off. We 13 days into the new year. The family is adding pieces to the puzzle. We got a lot of work to do, though. We got a lot of work to do. Like I told y'all last night, I get so depressed sometimes because it just doesn't seem like it's enough time in a day, you know? So, she said with jaundice, because I'm never going outside. My kids ain't been outside, man. I keep trying to find a way. I'm definitely going to have to do something this weekend. Because I can't even tell you how light my kids have become. Like, they ain't no parts of this. They not even dealing with outside. You was close. You spelled it like somebody's name and shit, Katrina. That looked like a brother's name from Brooklyn or something. You spelled it like a nigga from Brooklyn or something. John Dis. Not John Dis. John Dis. What's up, son? What's poppin', son? Y'all know I'm crazy. I can make myself laugh. That's when you know you crazy. Right, Elaine. That was that East Coast shit. John Dis. I knew I couldn't spell it right, so I at least wanted to make sure you knew what it was supposed to say. Oh, shit. Well, y'all already know when I get off of here, I'm going to be watching all these proceedings. And I just like to see how it works. I like to hear what they have to say. Because a lot of people like to get on social media and feel the need to show their freedom of speech and talk about some shit they did not witness. They taking the secondhand information. I done already watched, like I said, some ignorant shit. I done already watched the dude in the House get up today and say everybody that was involved in the Capitol shit needs to be held accountable, except for the president who incited and gathered the mob and incited the mob, except for him. Everybody else needs to be held accountable and punished to the full extent of the law, the fullest extent of the law, except for soon-to-be former president number 45. That shit is bananas. This is the double talk, the bullshit that I'm talking about. Did you hear what Trump said? One of his advisors said that he was most disappointed about? I mean, if this ain't the funniest shit, because it's going to make me... I can't even say it without... I can't even say it without laughing. I can't even say it without laughing. Trump's main thing he was upset about with the siege on the Capitol is that the people that were involved looked low budget. They looked poor. And these motherfuckers still want to look. And it don't matter that he said that. They gonna be like, oh, he didn't mean it like that. Yes, he did. He was mad so many of y'all didn't cut them ponytails and put in some dentures and shit. He was mad about that. I swear, it popped up on my phone. I can't make that up. Somebody close to him said he was upset by the look of the crowd that participated. Man, I told y'all the other day. I told you wasn't enough cardigan sweaters and little newscaster hairdos and shit. You had too many ponytails and bandanas and shit. That's not the look he wanted. He thought it was gonna be more Ivy League graduates and nah, they not with me. Out here looking dirty and unloved. Nah, they not with me out here looking dirty and unloved. Well, what my man Corey say yesterday? You get in your old Ford F-150 that your daddy gave you. I'm going to drive up to Capitol Hill with my American bandana on. Oh, shit. Too much, man. Not all Trump supporters are bigots, but all bigots are I agree with this statement. King Dopest approves this message. Not all Trump supporters are bigots, but all bigots are Trump supporters. That's true, though. That's a true statement. Because, like I said before, if the policies benefit you, I see why you would want to vote a certain way. If the policies are in your favor, yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I'm taking out my dentures for this. Front forever. And that is true. And a lot of bigots come from the trailer park, sir. That is true. That is true. It's just and just like on the other side, you go most, you know what? Prejudice exists in everybody. There's no way. Look, let me tell you that. There's no way you walk down the street and a certain person that looks a certain way and you don't already in your mind. Look, I could use something as small as a beautiful woman and how she walk. A lot of women look at another woman, how she carry herself. Ooh, she uppity. Ooh, she bougie. You know, that's a prejudice. That's prejudging somebody before you even get to know them. All of these are prejudices. People don't realize that part. They think when you say prejudice, it means that immediately it's about color or race. But people are prejudiced about a whole bunch of stuff, you know. But most of the time you say prejudice about color, race, or sexual preference, gender, shit like that. But people have prejudices of all different natures. They do. I'm going to give you another simple one. Everybody looks at me and says, are you Jamaican? Because I have dreadlocks. Locks, right? Because I have locks. But people don't realize locks didn't come from Jamaica. Newsflash. Locks did not come from Jamaica. Hello? Locks come from where I was born, Ethiopia. They've been wearing locks for centuries, okay? They've been wearing locks for centuries. Well before you had Rastafarians in Jamaica. I always think that's funny. Like they already have an assumption in their head when they see. I see all the time when I'm streaming. Hey, you Jamaican? No, I'm from Ethiopia. I was born in Ethiopia. Yeah. But everybody, makes judgments and assessments. Sometimes a lot of people do that before having the facts or knowledge of. One of my greatest pet peeves is discriminatory black people. Well, I'm going to say this. A lot of people don't realize this. A lot of Africans don't like African Americans. Like, people like, especially the bigots, that a lot of the first, well, go back to Africa. Africans don't want nothing to do with no niggas. I'm going to just tell you that right now. Hello? They don't. I sat around them my whole childhood growing up. I didn't. Yeah, that's where my name Dopest come from. I'm the dopest Ethiopian. It's crazy. But do you know why most Africans, it's a disenchantment with black African Americans, is because they feel like we have a lot of opportunities here that they don't. It's just a jealousy. It's a jealousy within our own people already. They look on us, but a lot of times they don't even realize we never had a chance of having no culture. We were stripped of that. Closest thing we got to culture as black people here is barbecues and church, which is their church. It was the church that they taught us about. We were taught Christianity here, It's their church. These are the few things that you can tie to. Y'all maybe name some other shit that I don't know of. Enlighten me. Because most of the things that we have here, it wasn't our culture. That was the first thing they chose to do, was strip us of our culture. So we would be a blank canvas upon which to paint. You feel me? That's the truth. But yeah, a lot of people don't even realize I can't stand it. Because I'm Ethiopian American. So like I grew up around some Ethiopians and they're like, oh, you American Ethi. You an American Ethi. So I was shunned away from that group. Hanging out with all my Ethiopian peoples, you know what I'm saying? Cause it's like you didn't come from the same struggle. You know what I mean? Yeah, definitely they do. There's a big disconnect between Africans and African Americans. Yeah, right. Right. And then, like I said, it goes from there. You go from the house nigga to the field nigga syndrome. Where, oh, nigga, you in the house shining cutlery, and we out here sweating, getting whooped, and that created the bougie nigga and the common nigga, okay? The bougie nigga and the common nigga. That created that whole divisiveness, which you still see now to this day. And I tell y'all I tell people about that all the time. You know what's so funny? It's like Irish people in this country lived in poverty. They lived in the slums right next to niggas, right next to Italians. Go do y'all history. The Irish that immigrated to this country was poor. They lived in the slums. That's why you see a lot of them move to Boston. And they got real white street gangs in Boston. They done robbed the most banks ever in the history of banks in Boston. Irish people. That's a fact. Yeah, they glamorize it in all the movies. They ain't make that shit up. Yeah, Irish people were slaves too. People don't know that though. This is shit that people want to be left out because they want to keep the divisiveness. It's no reason why Irish people shouldn't be more connected to African Americans or Italians, right? Because they all put them in slums. They was all in slums. If you weren't of the Commonwealth, what was they call that? The Queen Victorian elk, you know what I'm saying? A type of person. If you wasn't like that, you was in the slums. You was in the slums. But you always have one, demographic of people. They don't want to be considered at the bottom of the barrel with everybody else. So the way that they achieve separation is by hate. Don't compare me to no niggas. Don't compare me to no spics. Don't compare me to no Italians. Like, they always want some kind of separation instead of realizing we all in the same shitty boat. Nah, it never really has. Because part of the slave trade was, a lot of blacks was taken from Africa. A lot of blacks was sold. Don't leave that out. And who were they sold by? And who were they sold by? And who were they sold by? Blacks. And why were they sold? Guns, power, assistance. Because you had some black tribes that wanted to conquer, and they could use these Western resources to do such. Yeah. There's a lot to go into that, man. It ain't always as simple and cookie cutter as everybody make it seem. It's levels to the racism shit. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure a lot of these tribe leaders in Africa didn't realize like this was what was going to happen. They figured they was going to sell some of these slaves and get some of these guns so they can take over certain areas of Africa against their competitors, rival tribes. I'm going to have an advantage. I got guns. I have this Western technology, the white man's technology, guns and cannons and shit like that. Muskets, And I'm sure in some instances they helped. I'm sure in some instances they helped in fighting other tribes with certain African tribes. I'm sure at some points they helped. That's really the fact of the matter is. I said it before. It really has always been about classism. Very little to do with racism. For real. Race is an easy scapegoat. It always is. Oh, you look different than me? I don't like you. Instead of what the real thing is people maintaining power in whichever setting that they are in. It's about power. It'll always be about power. You look out throughout American history. A lot of blacks is sold out other blacks for whatever, whether it was to help assassinate a black leader, whether it was to give intel on a black organization, It was because they were promised something. Money, status, power of some sort. Yeah. That's just the natural evolution of hatred, man. It's levels to it. But I love y'all. My hour is up. Come catch us on Live Me. Download Live Me. Type in Dopest. You should find a whole host of us One Loves on there. Again, shout out to Coco Goddess. She did amazing yesterday. Shout out to the One Love Nation for supporting her yesterday. And we're going to keep building and growing. Racism is a big thing. Yeah, you live in the Northwest. You guys have one of the highest concentrations of militia in the country. Michigan, Oregon. These are some of the places they most scared of. Actually, it was one of your senators at the Capitol a week before what happened at the United States Capitol. It happened in the Oregon Capitol a week prior. And it was one of your senators or somebody that let them motherfuckers in the door. There's a video on that. Hey, Jewel McKellen. Hey, my day one. Make sure y'all go subscribe. Dopest TV. You know, my Facebook audience isn't that big, so I'm trying to get the few that do watch me on Facebook to come over here and join a larger crowd. And we just keep building one heart at a time. If it's the best love, make sure y'all come catch us on Live Me. Thursdays, I do not do a morning show. However, I'm going to find a way to sneak some time in with y'all tomorrow. So that's why it's a good thing to have your notifications on. That's why it's a good thing to have your notifications on. Because at some point, I don't really think I'm going to continue streaming on Facebook. I don't want to say it's a waste of time. But I don't think Facebook has ever been like, it ain't never been my thing. I couldn't tell you why though. I couldn't tell you. But you know, I'm gonna go where I got an audience. You feel me? We got thousands on Live Me, so make sure y'all go follow me on Live Me, Instagram and all that other good stuff. At some point tonight or tomorrow, I'm gonna get back on here on YouTube so we can continue the dialogue. I appreciate all the love, the blessings, and